Welcome to This Week in Morgan County. I'm your host, Russell Mokhiber. Our guest this week is Oscar Robles. Oscar is the owner of a very popular restaurant here in Berkeley Springs, Mi Ranchito, and he's also the president of the Bath Development Authority. Welcome to the show, Oscar.
Thank you much. Thanks for having me.
Oscar, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you were born, when you came to the States, and when you came to Berkeley Springs.
Well, I'm going to make it easy.
Okay.
I came in October 12, 1994.
From where? From where?
From Honduras.
From Honduras, okay.
It was my first time when I come into here to get a special trainings on military service. Then I come in 1995, 1996. But official, I moved to the United States to live on October 12, 2000.
And where did you go initially?
Well, in that moment I started to be I was in Florida, I went in Seattle, Washington, I've been in New Jersey.
What was your work in those places? What were you doing?
Doing music.
You were playing music?
They come in to do mariachi shows to the state. That was the beginning for me in the state.
What brought you to Berkeley Springs?
Oh, it's a long story. To be honest with you, I never thought I was going to be in the restaurant business, but I can say that I come in by accident to here. I have a friend, his name is Benjamin Ramos. We tried to do a trip to go to Seattle, Washington from Virginia. And we need to cross all the way here, and we get a flat tire right here on the main street.
In
just
downtown
right there,
Berkeley Springs?
In downtown Berkeley Springs. When we get a flat tire, we are asking to get some help. And Susan Wester, the mayor of town, I don't have a clue on that time that she was the mayor on that time, she come in and give us a help, and then we talk a little bit. And she just mentioned that she have that main building in front of us for rent. And my friend always been saying that'd be a good opportunity for me to have like a restaurant and do my shows on my own restaurant. But I say be in a restaurant is too much work and I don't have the time to do it, and that was it. 3 months later.
So you continued on to Seattle?
We did, we've been to Seattle and coming back. Keep doing my shows and my stuff, and I get a call from Susan offering us the building with all the stuff that she have inside. She said, I have the chairs, tables, and all the kitchen equipment.
What building was that? Which one is that?
Right there.
On 522?
It's exactly right there, near to, across from the Century 21.
Okay.
And I tell her, well.
What's there now? What's in there now, that building?
It's empty, that building right now.
Okay, yeah.
It's empty, but she told me, if you're coming over, we can talk and I can give you a good deal. And I told my wife, I think there'd be an opportunity to coming over and check it out. So I come in on June, that's saying next year, it was 2000, because I was in 1999 when I met Susan. Mm-hmm. Then we come in, and she said, if you want to take it, my friend told me, you want to take a chance? I help you to get it all ready, and let's start Mi Ranchito in Berkeley Springs. And I said, this town looked very small. And I've always been in big cities. I like the big cities for my music. I don't like to be in small towns. But God already had plans for me. And that day, we get 10 days to decide. She offered us 3 months no rent. I say, wait, 3 months no rent? That pushed me a little bit more. And I decide to start. And guess what? It's 15 years after that.
15 years later. How long were you in that building?
We've been there 8 months. But 8 months. 8 years, I mean. 8 years.
8 years in that building.
In the old building, and now we have our new one.
Why did you move over here?
I get the chance to buy my own building.
You bought it?
We bought this one.
Which is across from this building, across from the Ice House.
Yes, across from Ice House. That's right.
And you've been very successful. You're also the president of the Bath Development Authority. Tell us about your work with the Bath Development Authority and what it does and what the purpose is.
This group began like 2 years ago. It's local business owners. They want to create own activities. We're planning to bring some kind of carnivals, some kind of music events. We try to promote local art, like bring musicians, all kind of artists that have something that they want to show up. So we try to bring people that never show up to the stage. That's one of our goals. Number two, we try to create a little more movement not only on the weekends. We want to see a little bit things on Berkeley Springs Monday to Sunday to bring people out. To people traveling, they know there's something is happening in town. And the only reason is because a lot of times we hear the people coming to Berkeley Springs only on the weekends. So I've been speaking with different county owners, and I say, well, we don't create a group and we push other things, they are not happening in town.
What's an example of something you've done that it created energy during the week as opposed to the weekends?
See, we start to make a few postings in everybody's weight on the media, using the media to say, okay, in Berkeley Springs we're going to have these. We've been working a lot with Black Cat as one of our music more active places. Then we started work with the Granary this with Johnny bring different show. Johnny Robinson bring different kind of events, and he's opened his doors to any person that want to come in to do music. And then in Adam and the Black Cat, we designate him and myself to be the people who do all kind of music things. So we work together to bring the bands together and do the shows and anywhere that they need us. But we started to see that the group don't only be working on music things. We need to create something different, like to motivate or push other peoples and business owners to put a little more in their own business. Like if you had your own business, you need to open the doors a little bit more. When I mean open the doors, is you need to make a little more noise about you. Because a lot of people only see the sign of your place, but we don't know exactly what is in. So we need to make a little bit more of you. You come in and tell me what you sell, and we start to put those websites and those Facebook pages saying about our business. I did my own, and other people did the same thing. After that, we be coming with the idea that we need to create a billboards on 70 and 68 to people driving 70 can take a 5 minutes drive.
About Berkeley Springs.
About Berkeley Springs.
Come check out Berkeley Springs, restaurants, things to do.
You know,
what's the status of those billboards?
We are trying to get the very much right now the budget, get the prices of that, get the permission from the state. We very much got to set up that.
You have places located for
we're working on to get the permissions. The part that you have to know is we work in our own budget. We create our own money. We do activities, try to get a little bit of money from business owners. We ask for contributions from $20 to $50, and depend what we're doing, to put all this money together to put it in there. Because we don't get money from the state, from the town. The town support us, giving us permission to use the parking lot in the depot park. We've been using that property for the last 2 years, our parking lot in Apple Bottle Festival. We collect the money, and the money be designated to advertise our town. And the idea is to create more jobs. We have a lot of times talking about how we're going to use that place in there, the Home Depot, the building, the Jello Depot. Right. It's called different ways. And a lot of people have ideas for.
Well, let's talk about the train depot for a second. Who owns it?
The train depot now is owned by town.
By the town.
It was donated to the town.
What's going to happen with it? What's going to be the point of it?
There's too many things in it.
There's too many ideas, you mean?
Too many ideas and too many groups pushing the mayor.
What would you like to see happen?
I wish to see a very welcome center in there.
A welcome center there.
A welcome center with a very good design. Access to people can park in there. That you can take a little break, get information about the town, get a big map showing what we got in town. You can take a break in there and then walk to the town.
What's wrong with that? Who's opposed?
Well, I don't want to say names, but it's another group that they don't think that being a good idea, because for them, the town is in the perfect way how it is now. And I be very straight, and I will see the camera. The town is not right in the way it is. Because if we don't do no changes, we be on this town more alone and long and long. Why? Because people don't going to choose the town when over. Don't be open to new ideas, to new business, to new things that come in.
You have your finger on the pulse. I mean, just even through your restaurant, you can see the economy go up and down. And I'm wondering, the town is sort of flat a little bit on the economy. What caused the town to decline a little bit? What do you think the main factors were?
One of the things is people is afraid to come into town and put some money. And I'm talking about small business owners that can be open more business on town because they are afraid that the things keep going in the same way because the people who've been there for several years, they think that we are in the good way. They like to keep the town relaxed or slow. They don't want too much noise. They don't approve business that can come in to create employers. You know that for me, we at least need to create 20 or 50 more jobs, least for a month.
So you would like to see more businesses come to town. Like what? Like what would you like to see come here?
Well, you know, it's a lot of
more
places.
Restaurants?
Could be restaurants, can be more, you know, this place is attracted from a lot of people from DC area. And people from DC area, they want to come into the spas. We need to get more massage rooms, more spas, more beauty things. I think that we don't need to get big malls. What we need to get is places to people coming to get relaxed. Right. Places to people can come in and disconnect from the big routines. People that work on DC area, Frederick, all the big cities, they don't want to hear any noise, so they want to come into a quiet town. But we need to get that place with people working 7 days a week, not only in the weekend, because when you call at some places, they tell you that you need to schedule an appointment for a Thursday or Friday because that's when they get somebody working there. But if they have more calls and get more jobs, they might gonna have somebody working in those places Monday to Sunday.
Is your restaurant open 7 days a week?
We open 7 days a week. I'm sorry, 6 days a week.
6 days.
I take Tuesdays off because I'm working. I'm a volunteer too with my kids on soccer field, and I need to be there. I need to be dad too. I try to be many kind of things on my life. But after 42 years old, I saw that my kids are growing too fast. So I closed one day to be with my boys, and that is priceless. I love to do that, and I will do it again.
What is, there's a new Sheetz opening up on 13 and 522. That'll be open within a year. And people say that the old Sheetz is going to close down. That's a key corner for the town. It's a main intersection. It's the main intersection. And I'm wondering, from your perspective, from the Bath Development Authority's perspective, what do you think should go there? What would you like to see go there?
Well, you know this. It's a lot of things in town that can happen in there. That corner is very attractive for many reasons, because it's an intersection and everybody's stopping that corner. But it's a lot of potential for other business too. Just thinking there can be a very nice restaurant in that corner. You still can extend it a little bit. It's a little bit complicated about parking because you only have parking there like for 10, 20 cars, maybe a little tight. But it's other kind of business, you know, a quick mover, it maybe can be like a grocery store, can be an antique shop, you know, can be a pawn shop. It's a good place for a pawn shop. Maybe Tony been moving to that location instead of where he is now on 7-Eleven. But the idea be, you have to see always on this point. When you see more business coming up, when you see the McDonald's coming new, when you see the pharmacy coming new and they put money in there, it's because...
You mean they spruced up the building? Yeah, they made the building look better.
Exactly. But that tell you that if they bring money to there, it's because they believe in the town. And we need to believe that the town going to grow in the way that we believe in it. But it's a lot of us. They say, oh, Berkeley Springs don't going nowhere.
Yeah, we hear that a lot. Berkeley Springs not going anywhere. And I'm wondering, because we were talking earlier about when Cool Font closed, that being a hit to the town.
Of course.
The fire in the building across from the state park, that was a hit. So that was like a double whammy. Are those the two major factors that led to whatever the little downturn was, or was it the overall economy? What do you think about that?
Cool Font was the first knockout. When Cool Font was out, I had 12 employees in that time. Weekends for me was crazy. You have to wait an hour to get a table.
When Cool Font was open.
When Cool Font was open, because you know that place was packed. This means that all our restaurants, spas, hotel, everybody got people. People spend the night in there, but they come into the town to get food, get groceries, get little things. Kids go to play and work in the park. So we get very much 30%, 40% of our money from coupon. When coupon go off, we start to cut everybody's hours. We start to take people out. So I come in from 12 to get 6. He took in about 50% of my people.
What year was that when they closed?
Oh, it was in 2006.
2006.
2006, 2007.
So that cut your business in half.
When we go in 2007, everything started to go like, we start to see that on the weekends we're still moving a little bit, but we coming to the little flat line. Then the economy, 2008, hit us very bad. We don't feel the effect of the economy on Berkeley Springs until the end of 2008. The big cities started to say things, but we don't get that yet until the end of 2008. Another 2 employees go off. So I take 6, 7 employees off of my place on the last 5 years.
And you're still down to 5 or 6?
Now I start to get 7. I start to coming back.
A little bit of an uptick?
A little bit.
Just a bit?
I wish to go back. I give sometimes a few more hours, but I never been like on 20 hours a week or 30 hours a week like how it was before. Excuse me. And I wish to push that back. But the only way be with these new people that might come with money, they see that our town be on the position to accept them, and their permissions to build whatever they come be approved. And we're not going to have a bunch of people there complaining because they're going to have something, they come into the town. If you see all the south, the north of the town, they wish to get a little more jobs. They come into my place. I have 10 applications by month asking for a job, even part-time jobs. And they say, can I have like 10 hours? And I feel sad to say no. I don't want to say no, but I don't have no way because I have to take off from somebody else that's doing good. So the only way that we'll give these people jobs is if we bring a little more people. And that's why we need to advertise more. Berkeley Springs business are open 7 days a week. And we have for you restaurants, hotel, massage, spa, beauty salons, and whatever we got. And they have to know that we are here to serve them, to do our best for them. And the people in town have to be friendly, nicely, like always, without change that. Because if we make advertising to bring people to town, but we don't take care of them, they don't coming back. One of the main complaints that I have, and this go with the mayor, is with the parking. The parking is always an issue in town, and I know that he can do nothing about it. Because Mr. Scott is a great man, and I know that he will bring things to town. But on the parking, we need to create something. And
why not the train depot for parking? People can park there for free, right?
The train depot isn't there like 3 or 4 years ago.
But I'm talking about now. People can park there.
Now they can park in there, but for a reason they refuse to decide yes. I wish to he decide. I hope that he see this interview. Mr. Scott, don't get afraid. They open the place to be parking right now to designate it temporary before they get the final idea. Because this can tell the people that you can park in there. Sometimes you have a big RV or a big motorhome and they don't have no place to park. They can go park in there.
Well, you're talking about Scott Murky, the mayor of the town of Bath. And why would he be opposed to it?
He's no opposed to that.
He's not opposed to it.
What happened is he can decide himself about this. The whole commission have to be agreed.
What's the alternative to having a welcome center at the train? What are people talking about as an alternative?
Well, they've been talking about get a police department office.
Oh, yeah. Move some town offices there.
And they say that we can just make like a RV parking lot. That's it. And somebody.
What kind of parking lot?
RV parking. RV.
What's RV?
Just a little place that you can park your big motorhomes or little big containers or all big trucks and charge people a little bit money to use it. Okay. Or we might it's a few restrictions about that place, but we still can use it, our welcome center. And the people that's working on here, they can move to there. You see how beautiful the building is, how attractive it be for people that go there. It's a vintage, it's a beautiful, it's a nice one. And on Berkeley Springs, we're always talking about vintage stuff. We're talking always about Washington. So the best beginning for us is the people stopping there, see the building, and start walk, see the main street, come into the restaurant, come into the antique shops, and go to the hotels, go to the spots. Women, you're very welcome. Come into Berkeley Springs and get this delicious massage and relax and burn some time off and just coming to enjoy it.
Well, that's generally, if you talk to DC Baltimore people, that's generally their impression of Berkeley Springs, and we want to foster that. What about the idea of making Morgan County a destination place for bikers and hikers and outdoors people and exercise people?
That's one of the things I always been talking. That we need to open the doors to anybody that wishes to come and to discover us. We're still in a hiding spot. A lot of people doesn't know how beautiful it is here. You just need to go out of your car and go walk around a little bit. Go to those hills in there and you're gonna have a lot of fun. You will have a lot of places where you can take your camera, take pictures, work with your kids. This town, Old Morgan County, is a beautiful place that people still doesn't know they exist. They know they exist, but they don't feel there's a place to come in. But we can start to tell them, hey, come in over here. You got friends, and we got things you wish to have. But on the way that we all work together, how business owner, how community, to support our town, we will create more jobs, and we will grow up. And that flat line on business will start to go up.
And as we talked about, your finger is on the pulse because you're head of this authority and you have your own business. And you can pretty much tell the economy based on your sales at the business.
Of course.
And you're seeing the flat line move up a little now? Are you seeing that?
It's touching a little bit. It's like when, how I say this to be clearly, it's like you start to feel that little curve, but doesn't stay. See, for me, my numbers tell me everything. And when I say 5, 6, 5, 6, 4, for me, it's a 5 flat. So I want to see to go to 7, from 7 pick the 8, but I don't want to come back to 4 or to 5.5 because my goal is always go up. In the way that we get a little more people, that we stop the people on the traveling here. It's many cars. We've been talking a lot of times about how many people traveling around here. It's about, we get the other day like a million and a half cars pass Berkeley Springs every year. If we just start to get 5% of that, we're talking about.
What do you think the percentage is now? Less than 1% probably.
I think that we catch like a 1.5 or maybe 2% of that. Okay. But one of the things is we don't have the very nice advertisements. I'm talking about billboards. Yeah. Because when you're traveling, and I'm sorry about this, people always say, oh, the media take over everything. No, I'm sorry. I've been in marketing for 4 years on college. And the billboards is the easy way for me driving.
The billboards on 70 and 68 is what you're talking about.
Is that you see something that's happening
we have a couple final minutes. When do you think the billboards will happen? Within the year?
No. It's have to be done in the next 6 months. Have to be done.
And you think it will be done within the next 6 months?
Have to be done. And I would do my best, and I hope that the budget that we have help us. If some of us members have to put in their own money to do it, because we want that done. Okay,
there's going to be an opening. Apparently they're tearing down the burned out building across from the state park. There's going to be an opening there. What are you hearing about the new kinds of businesses that might be coming to town, and what would you like to see there?
Well, to the moment, the only thing that I heard on the last meeting there was in the town is at the moment going to be an empty place. Yeah. Okay, maybe they're gonna make access to people can park in there, maybe the business next to, and it's just still ideas. But I don't like to say rumors when I'm not sure about, because rumors are rumors. I wish to get something solid, something concrete to say, okay, this is what's coming. And I know there's 2 or 3 people that have plans to come in with business. And I'd be more than happy to say to you when that happens. But I don't want to use their names until they get approved.
Okay. Oscar, thank you very much for that interview. It was wonderful. And if people want to give feedback to Oscar, come over to Mi Ranchito. He's there most of the time. and give them your ideas about invigorating the town of Bath. Until next week, I'm Russell Mokhiber.